True. Okay. One sec here. I gotta look up. I have a combination of actual written notes and computer notes here, so let's do this. Okay. So, when we last left off, the party, having made their way out into the wilderness in search of a possible red dragon on a contract from the Slayer's Take, had found their way to Ramauden Mountain, in the time of dwarves anyway, recently abandoned dwarven mining and forging city here in the wilderness. Supposedly it's been abandoned for about 200 years, and upon getting there you found that there's definitely something draconic inside. And you found quite a few kobolds in the midst of building something. It looked like possibly a statue of a dragon outside the gates of the mountain city. Kind of circling around a bit, you found what you thought might be a back door, a cave of sorts, and going in a ways, you got the definite sense that there was something else with you. Zippo, taking out his crossbow, cast light on the crossbow bolt head and shot it into the ceiling, and you immediately saw a huge spider clinging to the ceiling, taking up a good amount of the passageway. And that is where we left off. You had backed off. It had not yet gone after you. What would you like to do?
Okay. Are we like? It sees us, so we're not stealth anymore, right?
Oh, you are not stealth anymore. Yeah, it definitely knows you're here.
Okay. So I'm gonna just ask the group if they mind if I try to shoot my hand cannon thing, my firebolt.
Okay.
Do you guys? It's not gonna mess with any of y'all's plans, is it?
No, please to help yourself.
I'm assuming we plan on killing the spider.
Okay. So how do I do that? Just like a spell, or just like a spell firebolt?
Yeah, it should just work like the spell firebolt. Let me check on what I wrote on there. Depending on your level. Oh, it's on here somewhere. There we go. Okay. Yes. Because of your level, you're going to make a ranged spell attack, adding your wisdom and your proficiency modifier.
Oh, I see it.
All right. What do we got?
Okay. Sorry.
Roll to hit.
So, okay. Oh, wait, it is. I'm not using spells. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, I know.
Shit. I got a 1.
All right. As well, it is a new arm. As you kind of extend your left arm and it pops out, you hear this whirring sound start, and you feel a vibration, and as you think it's about to launch, it just goes, and kind of some smoke comes out.
Oops. Somebody else can try.
As Seeing you kind of menace it, the spider starts scrambling along the cave ceiling towards you. Getting a better view of it, it's huge. It's quite huge. It's at least 15 feet across as it kind of braces itself on the sides of the cavern walls in here and starts turning sideways to get down on the floor. Could everybody make a... my brain just blanked. Initiative roll.
Initiative?
Yes. Could everybody roll for initiative?
17.
All right.
20.
9.
I got a 15.
A 15. Okay. Sorry about that. I'm just writing things down. What did you get, Chomp?
I got a 5.
For Tom.
All right. Tom, what did you get?
I got a 17.
All right. 17. Oh yeah, I gotta roll for myself. Give me a second, I'm just doing this. And... Okay, so as it's scrambling toward you, let me see what its roll actually is. Okay, Cirthus, you, seeing it scramble towards you, you get the kind of jump on it. What do you want to do?
Is there any portion of the floor or maybe a ledge or something that is like kind of connected to the web or anything?
I mean, make a quick perception check.
Uh, 18.
18. All right. Yeah, there's a good bit of webbing around you, like kind of tatters near where you are, but close to where it's coming out of, there's webbing all over the place.
Okay. I have to put this on the ground, so that's what I'm trying to look for to put bonfire.
There's definitely
So I
parts
can-
of it that are attached to the ground. Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna create bonfire and like a place that seems to most likely catch fire and extend through their web.
Okay. What's the range of bonfire?
60 feet.
Oh yeah, you should be fine. Okay. Yeah, at this point, it'll be a little bit behind the actual spider as it's crawling towards you, but as it is crawling towards you, the rest of you see a fire suddenly leap into existence behind the spider, and it quickly starts catching the webbing behind it on fire, and you see it slightly kind of jerk back and kind of look behind it as it's still coming towards you, but seems to be panicking a little bit. Zippil, you are up.
I am going to cast Bane on the spider.
Okay.
So he needs to make a charisma saving throw.
Yeah. It's a very charismatic spider, let me tell you what. And that is a 6.
That is a failure. So next time he attacks, he will have to, I think it's D4 minus to his attack or saving throw for anything.
That sounds about right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, D4 to subtract a number from a roll, attack roll or saving throw. Okay. Awesome. Okay. Cool. Crom, as you see Cirithus extend his hand, and the familiar bonfire starts up in the webbing behind the spider, and it's still charging towards you. What do you want to do?
How far is it away?
It's still a good 20, 30 feet away.
Okay, I'm gonna try to hit it one more time.
Okay.
Okay, I really want to use this new thing. Alright, that is a. 23.
23 does hit. Roll 2d10.
Well,
Well, all right.
add to that, do I add, no? Okay. 12.
All right. Y'all watch as this time kind of hitting her left arm and trying to get it to work. It once again fires. This time an actual ball of fire flies out at the spider, hitting it directly between the eyes. And you can smell this smell of like singed, like. You ever smell when the cicadas are coming out and they shed their skins around? Yeah, and they kind of get kind of gross and moldy. It kind of smells like that burning. It's real gross. But yes, anything else you want to do?
Yeah, I want to use my bonus action to rage.
Rage, okay.
And I have an extra attack that I can do.
That's true.
Since I've done combat, and I got the new fucking sword. So let me all right, so this thing is awesome. Plus 10 to hit. Okay, so I'm gonna use my movement to run up to it. Can I reach it?
Okay. Yeah, the ceiling in here is not so high that it's because it's such a big creature that it extends down towards you from the ceiling, and it's kind of coming around onto the circular wall of the thing now, so you can definitely reach it.
Okay, 18.
18. Let me see. That just hits.
All right. All right. 18 damage.
18 damage.
Yes.
All right. Cool. As y'all watch.
I'm giving like bonus because I just raged. So.
That's right. So as Crom, as y'all watch Crom launch this fire bolt at it and then just run up swinging, you see this kind of splatter of this dark purplish with a little bit of green in it, kind of, you assume blood or something, kind of splatter against the cave wall as she slashes across. Roland, you are up next.
Okay, I'm going to take my longbow. I'm going to fire it at him. And does 22 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay, and I get sneak attack 2.
That's right.
Crum's up there.
Yeah.
So let me see. 7, 8, 9, and now I need to roll 2 more d6s.
Okay.
13, 19 damage.
19 damage. All right. You guys are wailing on this thing. Okay. And yeah, as standing in back with his longbow, Roland lets one go, and it on target today. So let me do some real quick math, just make sure everything. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now I know how many hit points it has left. Okay. Anything else you want to do?
That's it.
Cool. So it is now the spider's turn. As it's been rushing forward, now confronted with this large, angry, metal-armed barbarian in front of it, it is going to make its first attack, trying to bite you, Crom. And that is a 20 to hit.
Is that
Yeah.
with the -4?
Oh, yeah, I gotta do a -4. That's right. Thank you for reminding me.
Sorry.
No, that's so an 18 to hit then.
Yeah, that is.
18 still hits. Okay. In that case, he's a big guy. Oh my gosh, what was that?
Sorry, my dog's being a dummy.
Oh, doggies. All right, so you take 11 points of piercing damage, which I'm guessing is reduced down to 5. Because you are raging, right?
But
Yeah. All right. And then you also take 20 points of poison damage.
oh,
And could you please make a con save?
okay. Um, 16?
16. Where's the con save? All right. So as you feel the poison go into you, and you feel it start to kind of pump through your veins, you can kind of feel this pressure building in your head, and suddenly you cannot move. You are now paralyzed.
Okay.
And as it kind of rushes, as it kind of bites into you and leaves you behind, just kind of standing there, your muscles cramping up. It kind of brings part of its backside, its abdomen around, and you see this kind of flash rolling as something shoots out from its backside at you.
Okay. Uncanny dodge.
All right. So it does not hit. But as you watch,
Okay.
the some wet, sticky substance flies just past your shoulder and sticks all over the cavern wall. You just missed. All right, Chomp, you are up.
Hit.
Okay.
There you go.
I'm going to. Let's see. I'm gonna pull out. I'm gonna cast Chromatic Orb at. I'll do a second level Chromatic Orb.
All right.
And I'm going to choose fire as the element.
Okay. Cool. I gotta remember. All right. So, and that doesn't even take a hit. It just.
It's a
Or does it?
roll. Yeah, roll to hit.
Okay. Yeah. There it is. Sorry, I was just looking it up. Okay, go ahead and roll the hit.
Let's see. 22 to hit.
That'll hit. Roll. That'll be 4d8
Yes.
fire damage. Okay.
Couple of d8s.
Uh, 27 fire damage.
27. Oh, okay.
all
All
right.
right. So this 4-inch sphere of this fiery-looking energy builds in Chomp's hands for a few seconds before he releases it, and it hits the spider as it's kind of trying to scramble around Crom, and it's definitely trailing some smoke, and it is looking panicked. You can see it's as it does, it's kind of glancing backwards towards where the bonfire is still going behind it. Between that and the whole group of you. But Cirthus, you are up at the top of the order again.
How is it looking?
I mean, it's got several smoking charred bits on it, and it's bleeding a little bit, but it's still getting around pretty easily.
Right. I'm gonna cast me an Eldritch Blast.
All right, go for it.
Done that in a minute.
Yeah.
How many bolts do I have? 2. Okay.
That sounds right.
Does 12 hit?
12 does not hit.
All right. How about 20 modified?
20 hits.
Okay.
All right, go ahead and roll damage for that one.
Sorry, I haven't done this in a minute.
No, that's all right.
So
Mhm.
how about does a 16 hit?
16 does not hit.
Okay.
Why?
I had my thing wrong.
Okay.
I guess I did 5 points of damage.
5 points of force damage. Okay. All right. As you all watch, the familiar kind of yellowish energy blasts out of Cirthus' hands, one out of each, and it one goes wide into the wall, but the other catches it kind of mid-thorax, and it jerks back a little bit, but
It's best not to seem too threatening. Gotta be low on a radar.
That's true. You don't want to generate too much aggro here, or threat. Okay. So, Zippil, seeing all this going on around you, what would you like to do?
Who's?
What's that?
Sorry, I thought I was muted. Who's standing next to me?
The group, for the most part, is fairly bunched together, kind of in this about 10, 12 foot wide kind of cave. Crom has ran forward about 20-ish feet. And at this point, the spider is kind of in between Crom and the rest of the group. But standing directly next to you, I'm not sure. Where would you all be standing?
I'm near Cirthus the Warlock, right?
Sure, yeah.
I'm gonna put one clawed hand on their shoulder and say, "This will help you in case you get bitten." And I'm going to cast resistance on him,
Okay.
if he is willing, for potential con save helps.
Okay. Are you willing, Cirthus? I'm guessing yes.
Consensual.
Yes. You can touch me.
All right. Okay,
Hand
so
slips down from his shoulder. No.
so that resistance means that you can add a D4 to a saving throw of your choice for a minute. One time before a minute's up, I mean.
Okay.
Okay. Let me see something real quick. Of course, as you do that, Zipple, you do feel the essence of your Bane spell fade from the spider. As both Bane and Resistance are concentration spells. All right. Crom, could you please make another con save?
Um, 8. 8.
An 8?
Yes.
All right. You feel the still.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I said the wrong thing. 12. Not much better, but there you
Okay. Yeah, you still feel the poison kind of coursing through, making all your muscles cramp painfully. And you are still paralyzed. All right. In that case, Rowan, you are up next.
Okay, is Crumb still within 5 feet of the spider?
Yeah, the spider hasn't been able to move far since then.
Okay, so I'm gonna use my longbow. And let's see, I don't think I hit. 17?
17 just misses.
Okay.
All right, anything else?
Nope.
Okay. The spider rushing forward is going to make a biting attack. Let's see. Who did the most damage to it? Because that's what it cares about. Chomp. As it barges kind of into the middle of your group, pushing some of you kind of a little bit towards the side, Chomp, it's going to make a bite attack at you. And that is a 13 to hit.
Can I do improved warding flare?
You can. What does that do?
I'm going to snap my fingers, and there's going to be a flash of light, and it will give you disadvantage on that attack.
Oh, okay. It's still a 13.
So that
That misses.
It misses. All right. As this bright light flares and the spider kind of snaps at you with this ooze coming out of its fangs, it turns towards the source of the flare and takes a bite at you, Zippo. And that is an 18 to hit.
I don't know if it's been decided if my shield is up, so I don't know. I guess we'll say this one hits.
Yeah, well, if your shield is equipped, it gives you AC. Yeah.
Okay, well then it doesn't hit.
Okay.
And I think as a lizard folk, I can do a bite as a reaction.
You did already use your reaction for the flare.
Okay. Yeah. And it's a bonus action. I'm sorry, it's not a reaction, so it doesn't matter anyway. I'll just hiss at it.
Okay. You just hiss at it. All right. Chomp, you are up. The spider has just taken a bite at both you and Zippo. Not getting either, but it's right in the midst of you.
Okay. I guess I am. I'll do another second level chromatic orb.
Okay.
Oh,
Still fire? Okay. Go for it.
It's a 26 to hit.
That hits. Roll your damage.
Uh, 19.
19. All right. Wow. It's pretty close to you, and as you release this kind of shower of sparks and kind of burned bits of spider goes everywhere, just for like a second or two obscuring your vision. It's looking. I mean, if one had to estimate in a numerical value, it would be more than 50% dead. Yes. Cirithus, though, you are up. Or Chomp, would you like to do any movement or anything else?
Well, let's see. It's if I move, it would get an opportunity attack, I assume, because it's right up on us.
It is right in the midst of all of you. Yeah.
Yeah. So. Nope, I think that's it.
Okay. Cirithus, there's now a huge spider in the midst of most of the group, kind of biting at everyone. It is your turn. Did we lose you?
I'm just talking to myself. I'm gonna cast Dissonant Whispers.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. Save Wisdom.
Yeah. It's not the wisest spider. Let's see here. That is a 7.
Okay, it's probably a fail.
I think so. All right, so
well too.
So it's 3d6 psychic, right?
Yep. $13, and it uses its reaction to basically run away.
Okay. Let me see something. Gotta put this in. Okay, so kind of concentrating on just these whispers of who knows what from who knows where. You see this, as much fear as is able to come into a spider's eyes comes into his eyes, and it starts taking off. Let me see. All right, it starts taking off back kind of towards where it came from, towards the fire. It doesn't run into the fire. It goes nearly to it, and then a good 40, 50 feet off stops, passing by Crom on its way. It stops short of the fire, kind of holding up, and then kind of going back and forth in a kind of a panicky kind of scramble. But yeah, anything else?
No.
All right. Zippo, you're up.
I just want to double check because I've not used a lot of spell casters. Can I do a melee or ranged attack, or would that break concentration?
That shouldn't break concentration. And as a point, I should say, as it's running off, anybody that was nearby it does get a melee attack of opportunity.
All right, I'm gonna try to bop it with my quarterstaff.
Okay, who wants to go first?
I'll do one
All right.
with my rapier.
Go for it.
Okay, that would be a 21.
That hits. Roll for damage.
1.
One damage as you kind of poke it as it runs away. Chomp.
That's a 20 to hit.
That hits.
Uh, 2 bludgeoning damage.
2 bludgeoning damage. Yeah, quarterstaff. Right, and as you kind of take a whack at it, hit one of its legs. Zipple or Cirthus, did you want to take a swing at it while it's running away?
Yeah, I'm going to try to swing my mace at it. That's a 21.
That hits.
So the damage is 6, and I'm also going to do my bite attack because it's a bonus.
Well, actually, was it your turn? It was your turn, huh?
Go on.
Well, no, it wasn't your turn. Yeah, because the bonus action you can only use on your turn.
Before the attacks of opportunity, I thought you had said it was my turn. I'm sorry.
That's what I was. Technically, the attacks of opportunity are happening on Cirthus' turn.
Okay, so I'll just use my mace.
Okay.
So I do 6 damage.
The 6 damage. And Cirthus, did you want to take an attack of opportunity as it runs away?
I did, but missed. But
Okay.
I actually did one extra die 6 of damage with that spell, and I got a 3.
Okay. Hold up. Let's see what I can do. Okay. These little things, they all add up. It's looking pretty hurt by the time it runs all the way to the bonfire and kind of is scrambling around like that. Zippo, now it is your turn. It has scrambled away from you. You getting a little bit of a hit on it. What would you like to do?
If it's a little further away from us, I'm going to drop my concentration on resistance and cast Sacred Flame at it.
Okay. All right.
So that is a 19 plus 9. No, it's a dexterity saving throw. I don't need to roll.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought it was a saving throw.
What a waste of a roll.
Sorry.
No, it's
All right.
fine.
Dex saving throw, that's 6.
That is a fail.
All right.
So now you're going to take 1d8 radiant, and that is 4.
4. All right. Cool. So yeah, this small kind of ethereal flame springs up brightly, right on top of its back as it tries to put out the flame, taking damage. Crom, could you go ahead, or did you want to do any movement or anything like that? Zip.
You said Crom's frozen?
Crom is paralyzed from the poison at the moment. Yes.
Did the spider retreat past Crom?
Yes, a good 20 feet past Crom.
All right, I'm gonna guess. I guess I'm gonna try to put myself between Crom and the spider.
Okay. All right. Yeah, it's easy enough with your movement. You can get up to Crom and just around her to kind of shield her. Crom, though, could you make your con saving throw?
Yeah, 17.
17. If it meets, it beats. So as everything around you is kind of going crazy and there's fire everywhere, finally you're able to force your muscles to start moving again. Yeah, you are no longer paralyzed.
I think
What's that?
I was just explaining thank you, whatever thought I was just I don't know.
All right. Roland. Yeah, you were up next.
Okay, longbow again.
Go for it.
18 to hit.
That hits, just hits.
Oh, good. Okay, and 3 damage.
3 damage. All right, you all are just whittling away at this thing as another arrow sinks into its side. And it is now its turn. turning around from with its back to the bonfire that is now consuming. You can see this large, intricate web behind it, and what looks like it might have been some kind of sack or something more solid within the webs. It's going to charge at y'all once again towards Zippel and make a bite attack at you. And that is a 14 to hit.
That misses.
And then making a second one at you, that's a 26 to hit.
I'm going to use my second improved warding flare.
Okay. So that's disadvantage, right?
Invoke. Yeah.
Okay. In that case, it's an 18 to hit.
That misses.
Okay. So once again, just kind of biting back and forth as you kind of shove it off with your shield. It doesn't manage to get you. Chomp, you are up.
Okay, I am going to. I'm gonna do Firebolt cantrip
Okay.
at the spider.
Okay. Lots of fire around. Okay. Go for it.
Ooh, natural 20.
All right. Okay. So go ahead and roll for damage and double the dice.
Should I just roll twice as many dice, or multiply it by 2, or?
I'd say that's up to you. You can roll twice as many dice, or you can take your regular dice and multiply by 2. But you have to decide before you roll.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll twice as many dice because rolling more dice is fun.
All right.
That's my reasoning.
That's good reason.
18 fire damage.
Okay. That's a pretty good roll.
All right.
Right. Once again, you see the same firebolt this time from Chomp's hands instead of the arm of Crom flare out and burn into the side of this huge spider. As it does, you see that the multiple burn marks and cuts and slashes have started to make it bleed profusely, this kind of greenish purple ichor all over the floor as more of it spills out, sometimes steaming. It's so hot from the flames around it. It's looking pretty hurt. And Surface, you are up.
Let's see here.
I can also.
Okay. 19 hit.
Yeah, what is this for?
Eldritch Blast.
All right, yeah, 19 hits.
Twelve.
12. Okay. You know what? You don't even need to make a second blast because as you release the energy from the one, the force of it blows this huge spider back into the wall, and it kind of tumbles down into the fire behind it and starts on fire itself. The smell becoming almost overwhelming as black smoke kind of travels out of the cavern towards the entrance you came from. And yeah, it is very dead.
Yay.
Good job, guys. I figured I'd let y'all do some stuff this time because I'm usually the one that kills stuff. So good job. Good job.
All right.
I like how
Uh,
I did like the least amount of damage, but like the one that killed it.
That's good. All right.
So
So the flames, as you start, kind of putting out the bonfire behind, the flames die down. There's quite a bit of smoke left. And as you kind of recover from the fight, you see the charred remains of a large webwork inside the deeper parts of this cavern. The kind of smoking carcass of the huge spider there in front of you. And looking even a little bit further in, it looks like within that web there had been an egg sac that is now partially charred itself, and looks like some of the eggs had popped and just are now oozing out of this still hanging sack of spider eggs, which is good 10 feet long, almost from floor to ceiling. But as you see this, what would you like to do?
Zeepil is going to draw a little flint dagger, and he is going to try to crack the spider's torso open and cut out its heart and burn it as a sacrifice to Pelor.
Okay, go ahead and make a nature check to see if you can figure out where a spider's heart is.
19.
All right, so you have a good idea. Could you make... I'm going to have you make a second roll, a medicine check to see if you can get it out without totally destroying it.
11.
All right. So as you kind of use your dagger to open up the carapace of this thing and get inside, it smells, and it is still quite warm and gooey. And as you open it up, more of the entrails start to kind of come out, and more of that ichor, and you are able to find the heart. However, in doing so, you only get parts of it out.
That's okay.
All right.
I mean, I'll just take what's there, and like I said, I'll burn it and say a quick prayer to Pelor.
Okay. That's done easy enough. There's still a few things kind of smoldering and burning in the area. All right. Everybody else, what would you like to do?
I'd like to see if there's anything worth anything lying around.
Okay. Go ahead and make an investigation check.
18.
18. Looking around, you find several desiccated remains of different animals, and it looks like a couple kobolds. You find at least what you think was one goblin. Has a few silver on it. Let's say 5 silver on the goblin. The kobolds don't seem to have anything other than rudimentary weapons that didn't do them much good. But yeah, not a lot in this little cavern.
Okie doke.
Anybody else?
Is that crossbow bolt still laying around, shedding light?
How long does light last for?
Yeah, I don't remember how light looked.
It says it lasts for a year.
It lasts for a year?
It's super OP.
It's an hour. Okay. So the light is still there. It hasn't been an hour yet. It's only been a few minutes since it was shot. But yeah, you still do have light.
Okay, I was gonna locate the crossbow bolt and just kind of pick it up and use it as a torch or some kind of light source as we move deeper in the cave.
Okay. Well, so the crossbow bolt is embedded in the ceiling, about 12 feet up.
Okay, well, that's fine.
If
I
you
see
would
what
like,
you're
I can repeat the process. Continue to shoot down the hallway with more enlightened crossbow bolts.
I don't know. We may not even need light. I can see in the dark.
That's very nice for you. I'm happy to hear it.
All right.
Oh, would you need some light?
No, I will just follow you. It will be fine.
Okay.
All right. So what are we all doing in the meantime?
Moving
Yeah.
forward.
No other spiders around?
Moving forward.
I'll take up the rear.
Okay. Who wants to take point?
Cromwell.
All right. So, Crom, just to make a general perception check going forward to see what you're going to see. And could everybody, are you going to keep trying to be sneaky going forward?
Yeah, might as well like take it slow.
All right. So could everybody make a stealth check?
My
No,
my perception.
y'all hear
was-
me?
Yeah, I got you.
Yes.
My perception was 26.
26. Okay, good to know. Sean, did you reconnect?
Yeah. While they were doing that stuff, I wanted to do a ritual cast of detect animals, and I'm looking for more arachnid creatures.
Okay. So while everybody's doing the rest of the stuff, getting ready to go again, you do your ritual, and it goes a ways, right?
Yeah, I think it's like 5 miles.
Okay. You do catch some essence of arachnids, possibly elsewhere in this mountain. Definitely somewhere within those 5 miles, but nothing extremely nearby. Definitely not in the cave you're in.
Gotcha. That's what I wanted to know.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Could everybody tell me their stealth rolls?
We got a 17.
Oh, yeah, I did too.
17.
I got 22.
12.
All right. As a group, y'all did pretty good. Not bad.
That was a 17 with the negative 1. Take it into effect.
Lovely. Okay. So continuing forward into this cave, you can still feel wind, kind of a breeze coming through from deeper in the cave that has started to blow a lot of the smoke from the remains of the spider out. And going forward, there's a couple more twists, maybe about another 100, 150 feet of passage here until you get to a spot where it looks like it's actually been carved. And there it ends at a smallish stone door with just a simple latch on it.
We open it.
All right, so Roland comes forward and opens the door. As you open the door, let me get out my map here. You look out onto what can only be described as, I don't know how you describe it. I'm going to have to take a second here. You see several nearby buildings in front of you within the mountain. Columns rising up from the floor to what looks like some type of ceiling about 100 feet in height. It seems like the stone walls on either side of the door that you're looking out kind of curve off and around, and looking far across, you can see more buildings and more stone wall. It looks like the inside of this mountain is almost hollowed out of solid rock. The biggest thing you notice looking out is about midway out across this carved cavern, you see what looks like a column of red-hot lava, maybe 100 feet wide, just suspended, going up past where you can see and going down past where you can see. And that seems to be the only thing lighting most of the huge space you see before you.
Is the lava flowing?
Looking at it, it seems to be moving slightly, but it also seems to be constrained in some way. It isn't going everywhere.
Yeah, it's just sort of like swirly.
Yeah.
What the crap is that, you guys?
We're in the mountain.
You are now inside the mountain, yes. Remember, you were told that.
Reverse magma joke, but I'm not going.
Remember, you were told that that this had been an abandoned dwarven mining city. But yeah, that currently that is what you see.
Are there any steps or anything leading down to it?
Looking out in front of you, you can see the stone floor of the kind of city space in front of you with some buildings around. Goes for a good 150, 200 feet before it seems to have almost a banister or a railing around it. And past that, you can't really see. The magma column itself is out past that a bit.
Oh, I guess that's the big forge that we heard about. That's supposed to be here in this city. I did not expect it to look like that.
Well, what would you all like to do?
That's one of the dragon. Which way would a dragon go? Don't y'all
Can the
have?
dragon be destroyed by the magma?
Probably not. I don't.
Red dragons.
Yeah, fire dragon.
I think didn't Cirthus read a book about dragons?
Yeah, you know about dragons.
I would only say to be if I was a dragon and the magmas could not destroy me, I would be in the magma.
Okay, who wants to go look inside the magma for the dragon? You like it warm, right, Ezekiel? You like it warm?
I mean, I would be happy to. I can heal myself, or if you would like to try. I mean, I know last time you went into any kind of body of liquid. You like
I'm gonna sit this one out.
we can't have another army being lost.
All right.
Is there like a walkway or anything like circling this body of lava magma?
I mean, it's hard to tell from where you're just because you haven't gone through the door yet. Looking out from across what you can see right now, you can see all the way to the other side of the cavern past the magma, and it looks like there's more buildings on that side. You're just not quite sure what is all in between you and everything.
So, look towards everything.
Go
buildings?
towards the everything.
Towards the building?
If you like.
I mean,
Yeah.
our purpose
Yeah.
here is we need to find the dragon. Or, I mean, first, we just need the dragon scales, but we got this bounty that we're supposed to take care of the dragon. And I don't think it's going to be in one of those buildings down there, but we need some leads. I don't know. We can explore the city a little bit.
Yeah. Maybe there's a journal that tells us about where the dragon is.
Yeah.
All right.
Alternatively, if we go to the buildings, we should be very aware that there's probably a lot of kobolds there.
Oh yeah, dude. So does this place look like ruins or
It's abandoned.
like upkept buildings, or it looks abandoned?
I don't know very much about kobolds, but I don't think that an abandoned building would be a no sale for them.
Good point.
Yeah, looking out around, you can see the buildings around you. They're mostly made of stone. The ones nearby to the door that you just opened don't seem used at the moment. Like there's no light coming from inside any buildings you can see around the area.
Can I just pick up a rock and toss it, like a fairly heavy rock, and toss it out to make a big plunk and see what comes running?
I mean,
I was gonna see if I could use my bird to scout out a little bit before we head out.
Yeah.
I'm
Do
gonna
you both want to do each of those things, or?
Yeah.
Okay. So as Cirthus gets Casilda ready to fly off, Roland just picks up a big, good fist-sized rock and throws it as far as he can. Could you make a strength check real quick? See how far you can throw it.
I dropped it on my toe.
Did you roll a 1?
3?
A 3.
No, I did a 3.
I mean, it slips a little as it's going. You throw it about 30, 35 feet, which gets out into the onto the stone floor out there, and it makes a loud kind of clink, clink, clink. But I mean, nothing seems to happen. And as your ears adjust into here, you can all hear there's just this slow kind of very low kind of rumble, possibly from the magma itself, possibly from something else you don't know.
Can you?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
No.
Friend wizard. Can you do the ritual and see if you can detect the dragon in this room?
Well, I got locate creature, and Circus has what? Find detect creature or something.
Yeah,
I don't know
detect plants and animals.
I think the range on yours is better.
Didn't one of you
Mine-
do that last session?
It was Cirthus.
Yeah.
Would that still be active? I don't want to seem like I'm metagaming. I'm sorry.
I don't think it would still be active. Although I'm not sure.
It wouldn't. I think it's like an instantaneous thing. Yeah, it's
And
instantaneous.
And even if it had lasted, you had since done a check for arachnids.
Yeah. I mean, I could do it again, but I have to do it as a ritual.
Yeah.
So if it's requested, I could do that, and then we'll do that first if that's what people want.
I'm sorry if I'm being like metagamey or anything again.
No, it makes sense,
Yeah,
but it just takes takes time to do it. So
Yeah.
I mean, I would say that even a few minutes delay would probably be worth it if we could guarantee some measure of safety.
So I'll go ahead and do that.
All right. So
Dragonoids and all that.
yeah. As you kind of calm down and concentrate for a few minutes, casting the spell, drawing a few runes on the dusty floor here. this awareness kind of blossoms in your head, and as you close your eyes, you can almost feel the shape of the mountain around you, and you do get the sense that there's a large dragon something, maybe 100 or so feet below you and off to kind of forward out of the door into your left a ways. You also get the sense that there's definitely a lot of those small kind of faint dragon presences that you had identified as kobolds earlier, especially concentrated on the other side of the cavern from you.
I will relay this information to everybody.
Okay.
So I guess we need to go down.
So back out of the door that we came in?
No.
No? Wait. Kristen's turned around. Chrome is not, but
The cave with the spider.
Yeah.
We followed it down and came to this door.
mm-hmm.
We're trying to get deeper into the mountain.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, the dragon presence is, and the smaller presences are all somewhere within the huge cavern here. The dragon presence just being lower down. Of course, you're not sure yet that the cavern does go lower down. So.
But it's still kind of like in the same direction as the other dragonoids, right?
A bit, like not exactly, but they're both outward. Yeah.
Yeah, there must be a way to get lower, but I'm not 100% sure. We should try to find a way, and a way preferably maybe not where all the kobolds are, but may not be something we can avoid.
So it sounds like we're
Go.
gonna go wander the city.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. We can use the same stealth roll coming through if you'd like, or you can roll again. It's up to you. We'll use the same one. All right, kind of creeping out of the doorway into the dwarven city here, you see around you mostly intact buildings, all of stone for the most part, some with some wood, surprisingly, still on them. There's not a lot of the other things you'd expect to see in the city. Of course, there doesn't seem to be any people as you kind of wander out into here. No carts, no stalls with people selling things, just dust and the smell of kind of heated dust, like when you first turn on your furnace in the winter, and this constant kind of rumble, with the drop of a stone or what sounds like a scrabbling noise. Mostly just silence. As you get closer out towards the columns that seem to be holding the roof up, you get more of a sense to the scale of this place and realize that realize that the floor you're seeing is only one of multiple floors. And as you get closer out to the kind of railing along the edge of this level, looking down and out at the magma, you see that there are smaller columns that seem to have something maybe carved into them that border the sides of the magma, and a slight shimmering that seems to be maybe keeping it in. And it extends for hundreds of feet up above you, as well as a good 100 feet down into what looks like it's probably the lower level of this city. Several other levels above you, you're not sure how to get to them, but you can see in some places buildings peering out on the edges. And down below, where the lava column seems to end at the floor, you see a bright twinkling. And as your eyes adjust to the red light, you realize that this looks like it could be metal of some type, gems. You're not sure, but it's there's a lot of it, several hundred feet across in either direction from the lava tube.
Does there seem to be a way to get down to the lower level stairs, or I mean, we're just kind of like a hole, though, right?
Yeah, I mean, right now what you're seeing is just kind of a hole. But make a perception check.
Uh, 10.
10. Okay. Looking around, you don't see. You don't quite see how you might get down from here. From the edge here, looking down into the lower level, it's a good 100 feet down to the ground level there.
Well, guys, we're screwed. There's no way down.
No, you should look down there. Can't you slide? Wizard slide, right? Go fly down there. No?
Again, it's probably best that I use my owl. Safer for us.
All right. Putting Casilda up in the air, could you make a perception check for her?
$14.
14. Okay. As she gets up into the air a little bit, it's a little tough flying in here with the heat of the magma, which you can all feel even from several hundred feet off. Some of the air currents as you get out into the main room are a little bit wonky. She gets a good look around. Through her eyes, you end up seeing that to your left, there is, through several stories of this city, going hundreds of feet from bottom to top, looks like some kind of temple with a ruined front at the lower level, with rubble, and it looks like something might have slammed through the front of it. On the other side, she catches glimpses of movement. Not quite sure what from here, but on the very other side of your level, she catches some glimpses, small glimpses of movement. And on that side, as well as over to your right on your level, she catches glimpses of what looks like good-sized openings in the cavern walls.
Okay. I will
So-
relay this information.
Yeah. So over to over to the party's right, going around kind of the circle here, it looked like there was an opening in the cavern wall.
Did I detect movement that direction?
You did not detect movement in that direction. Rather, straight across the cavern, you had detected movement.
Do you see any way for us to get down there?
I didn't see anything in particular, did I?
No, I mean, like I said, you had seen the opening in the wall off to your right, and then another opening across where you had seen movement.
I want to pick up a piece of rubble or some, just random bit of whatever, if there's something lying around, and drop it off the edge of the ledge that we're on, down the hole.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sort of hornet nest.
It's easy enough to find a rock and kind of crouching behind the railing here, the stone railing around the central shaft, I guess. You kind of huck it over and duck down and watch. As you hear it drop for a minute, or drop for a moment, and then you hear a kind of a clatter of rock against what sounds like maybe some type of metal down below. You don't hear much until a few moments later when you hear this massive shifting of kind of this tinkling noise and a little bit more of a rumble, as it seems that something below, and what now you can see is probably millions of coins and gems and other things that as they start to move, they sparkle. You see some large shape beneath them has shifted.
Oh, guys, I think I found the dragon.
Hey, Dragon! Dragon! Oh, wait, we know his name, don't we? Maybe? Don't worry.
Right.
So should we just try to like, maybe if we throw more rocks, we can get it to come up here? Or do we want to directly fight this thing? What's the plan here?
Of course we do.
Uh,
Get on his back.
Because I don't think we know how big it is.
It's
It
a
is-
big dragon.
When has that ever mattered? We fight it.
Roughly
Yeah,
dragon
yeah.
sized, I would say.
Yeah.
I will say that if we really want to, all things are possible through Palor. We could probably take it, but I mean, we really just need a loose scale. If maybe the sneaky fingered one could get down there, I don't want to put them entirely just alone at risk, though.
I think he's
Okay.
talking about you, Roland.
That's fine. If y'all
What
will
if-
give me cover.
I mean, we could be just making distractions, possibly.
There's no possibly about it.
I don't know. I perhaps speak too much.
All right. Well, so you want Roland? Do you want to try to sneak in?
I can try.
But do you
But how am I
want
going to
to?
get down there?
Well, that is the thing you all haven't figured out yet. There are several openings in the cavern walls that were seen by Cirthus. And then, of course, there's just jumping.
How
The
far a
jump?
jump is it?
That's about 100 feet.
That's not
No.
really a jump.
I mean, it is the
That's
start.
more like a suicide plunge.
What were you saying, Cirthus?
didn't Chomp have a way of locating objects or something like that? Maybe we could zero in on a scale.
Let's see, like a scale that might be already fallen off.
Yeah.
I've got locate creature. Yeah.
Make something into mix stairs magically.
No.
No? If he
Maybe.
Mhm.
Maybe the kobolds have access to the scales.
I mean, a
Maybe
rope.
we could get one of them to go get it.
Don't we have rope?
Rope? Yeah, rope. We could use rope.
If there's something. Yeah.
Okay.
Somebody could. We could tie a couple of ropes together, maybe.
I just want to yell, dragon, 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 and have it come get us.
Y'all heard me about the cobalt thing, right?
Yeah.
What, like, go fight the kobolds for one, or?
Or we can get one separated and maybe we could get it to retrieve us a scale
Yeah.
through magical means. Like, maybe I make a suggestion.
Speaking of kobolds, while you all are going kind of back and forth on this, you start hearing a yipping sound of maybe hundreds of yips coming from the other side of the cavern where you had kind of seen some movement. And kind of peering over, you all see this large group of looks like mostly red and some orange and yellow colored kind of and brownish colored kobolds start yipping and moving together as one over towards your right. It takes them a minute or two, but they go through the large cavern entrance that you saw over, and through some echoes, you realize suddenly that a minute or two later, they are down below you. And peering over, you see and watch as they all gather at the edge of kind of the horde pit in the bottom, where the magma goes down through the middle of it. And you see they seem to be carrying something near the front of the group. Who has... There's some of you with some pretty good perception, right? Like Crom, you have good perception. Yeah, who has the highest perception here?
I've got +5.
Well, what's your passive perception?
19.
That's probably the highest. Zipple, as you're watching...
Same. But
Yours is yeah, so as you all are watching, some of you pick out that what they're carrying seems to be a light blue kobold. It's the only one you've seen in the group of them. And as you watch, they throw it into the pit of the horde. And it kind of thuds for a second and doesn't move as it kind of slides over the coins and jewels and things, coming to a stop about still 100 feet short of the magma tube. And it stays still for a moment and then gets up, and it seems to be limping a little and tries to run back towards the edge. And as you start to hear that rumble come again, and some of the coins start shifting, and almost like one of the sandworms in Dune, you see this, like the money shift, and you see the head of this gigantic dark red dragon suddenly come out just behind this blue kobold, look for a minute, and then just bite down. It has no trouble swallowing it whole, and just kind of shakes it a little bit, swallows, and then buries itself back under the gold. And
oh my god!
As the kobolds kind of make lots of yipping noises and cheering, and then start dispersing, they go back up onto your level and back to the other side, where it seems that they have kind of a little community set up on the other side of the city.
I think we've made a horrible mistake.
No.
No, everything is fine. We know where the dragon is. All the kobolds look very delicious.
Yeah.
They don't seem to be too upset if one of them gets eaten.
So, Chomp, just for reference, you estimate this dragon's head was about 15 feet long.
Cool.
That's unsettling to me. Not much scares old Chomp, but that's a big old dragon.
how do we save the world when we die to a dragon?
My goal is to not save the world.
What?
I cannot
What?
speak for it.
My goal is to just kill things and go down, try it.
I cannot speak for any of you, but I will not die until Palor is ready for me.
That would be an awesome death.
Yeah, did you see that blue kobold? Did that look awesome?
Yes.
It made me hungry.
Not for the kobold.
That looked awesome and delicious.
I'm mean, nobody is telling you how to live your life.
You're starting to worry about the group you've taken up with, John.
Yeah,
I'm starting to worry. They leave me here. They deny me all this food.
What would you all like to do? You have a better idea now of how to get down through the passage to your right along the cavern wall. It's a ways down. Let me measure real quick.
If we go down there, we're gonna fight it. You think we're gonna convince it to give us a scale?
I mean, dragons can be intelligent.
Are they nice though?
We met a blue dragon one time that was fairly cordial.
Even if we convince him, is that one going to want something in return? What can we offer him? Or them? I do not
Who?
know. The dragon.
I would like to try the kobold idea first. It just seems less risky.
Yeah, if you could magically suggest to the kobold, I guess they seem to worship the dragon. They probably have scales as relics to their dragon lord. I don't know.
I'm thinking that is a possibility, but they might have access to one. The trick would be to try to get one alone.
What?
Yeah, they seem to move in packs and.
You've read about dragon weaknesses. Do you remember about this a red dragon? Like what a weakness it has?
What's the question?
I was asking Certus if he had any inside knowledge about weaknesses of the dragon, red dragons, because he read a book or something.
I don't know if I have much on that. I just knew like certain locations or what were known locations of some, right?
Yeah, and you had read a little bit about red dragons in particular while you were in Vasselheim, but I mean, you didn't learn a whole lot you didn't already know, like that they're immune to fire.
Yeah.
Big and scary.
Okay.
Were they cordial?
Cordial.
Yeah, what's the demeanor? What's the demeanor like on a red
Does
dragon?
cordial mean hungry?
They're very proud and they can be very envious. But other than that, yeah.
What can we do? Could we make the kobolds to make the dragon jealous? Maybe get them to do something to appeal to his vanity?
I don't know. I haven't had much luck with kobolds. I don't know. So I've never talked to one. Tom?
What?
Kobold. Well, what is like to say that we like its pretty scales and appeal to its pride and say that we want to make something out of it? I don't know. I want to fight it, but I'll do what I want.
I don't know. So maybe I polymorph into a T-Rex and try to talk to it. You know, giant reptile.
Could you polymorph into a dragon and see if you can get the kobolds to worship you? And then maybe the first dragon is like, oh, let me show off my really nice scales.
I could pretend to be a dragon if I was the T-Rex, but I have to polymorph into a beast, and dragon is considered its own category, separate.
That's
So
fine.
no.
Yeah, so no. Or I can polymorph into a Quetzalcoatlus, which is like a giant flying dinosaur thing. It's kind of like a dragon.
You
Those are
just
pretty cool.
and find a scale.
I don't know. There's really not a plan attached to that idea. It's just thoughts of things.
What if we were to get you into the Quetzalcoatl or the T-Rex, take you to the Kobold, see if we can get them to start to worship you, and then appeal to the dragon's vanity that way? I don't know. I'm only making balls of spit.
Right.
Roland, what do you think?
I can't. Well, if Chomp wants to polymorph, I can go with. If he turns into a T-Rex, I'll ride on his back, and maybe I can sleight of hand a dragon scale. Plus, I speak Draconic.
That is helpful for a thief. Sorry, a burglar.
Thief is the preferred word.
All right. All right. I mean, you all are here. You do know that there's kobolds around. You do know that there's a dragon around. You wait too long, you never know what might come around. So.
Can somebody like turn themselves into a kobold or something? Like look like one? Like an illusion?
We kind of lost our
What?
our party member that had all the illusion magic.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, because we're gonna have a kobold problem in a minute, probably, because we're not being super quiet and they're not that far from us.
I mean, there are ways around, but yeah, eventually.
Chomp, why can't you turn into a kobold?
Yeah.
I don't know. What is it? Is Kobold a beast?
No. They are humanoid, technically. I feel like somebody had something that could do something, but I don't remember what it was.
Yeah, they're classified as humanoid, so
Yeah.
that's why.
Yeah.
That's why I can't do that.
I can disguise self. That's up to you. I get disguise self, walk into the kobold area, maybe get one alone. Say, hey man, I could use a dragon scale. And maybe I can get a dragon scale.
Okay, so who's in favor of Circus seducing a kobold?
Yes. Yes.
It's a plan.
Go for it, Circus.
Maneuver.
And then if you want to throw yourselves at a dragon, then, you know, maybe one of us will have a scale.
Come on, you guys.
Okay, I think Circus. Let's go with his plan.
I'll be
Yeah.
late with my sword.
I mean, does disguise self work like that? Can you disguise yourself as a kobold?
How about what if? No, maybe I have this new sword thing, and I just remembered I can commune with Ayud and ask the question, right? I think.
Yeah, you have commune. You can ask 3 yes or no questions.
Okay, like, so should we kill the dragon? Hold on.
Oh, I see Crom.
Should somebody help me come up with the question?
Yeah, Crom squandering the questions. Like, are you really Ayun? That's one.
Is this thing on?
That's two.
What do you think of my muscles? What do you think of my muscles?
What question do you think I should ask? That's three. Great, you just wasted.
Okay, so even I can ask it yes or no questions. Okay. Does that take a charge, or is that separate from a charge?
So once a day you can cast. It's separate from the charge.
Okay.
Yeah. The charge is just for only for the firebolt.
Okay. Do you guys want maybe me to ask a question to like steer us in the right direction, or like cross out an idea?
Yeah, like ask it. Is this red dragon too powerful? Do we have a chance against this red dragon?
Well, I mean, there's always a chance. Okay, I would like to do the commune thing.
Do you know what you're gonna ask?
No?
Just go wing it.
Yep.
Do it.
All
right.
Can I put the question forward? Can I put the question forward?
Sure.
Before you just wink, could we maybe say, these are the 3 plans? Which of the...
Say yes.
We could say each plan and say, do any of these have a snowball's chance of working? I don't know.
All right. Crom, are you going to cast commune?
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
So, taking your sword, Vindicator, in your hands and kind of hunkering down with it in front of you, hands on it, you start concentrating because you've never done this before. You're aware that it can be done, but you concentrate, thinking about the knowing mistress, the Ayun who you had met in the bottom of the well, and slowly the outside stimuli kind of fade a little bit, and you open your eyes, and all you see once again is that kind of blackness around you in the same way as before at the bottom of the well. And the same figure stands in front of you, the knowing mistress, slightly taller than you, with those same kind of cream-colored robes almost that look like scrolls furling and unfurling. And as you watch, her third eye opens in the middle of her forehead, and she reaches out to you and says, "What will it be?"
Hi. Okay. So she knows everything, right? Like,
She-
I don't have to like.
She is the goddess of hidden knowledge and all knowledge, really. But yeah.
Okay, so I don't have to give her a rundown. All right, cool. So you know our situation, and you really need to scale. Okay, how am I gonna ask this? All right.
Was that a question?
Oh, no. Should our party try to kill the dragon? Should we attempt to kill the dragon? Is my question. Down there. That one.
Okay. As she kind of gazes into your eyes with all 3 of hers, she cocks her head a bit and shrugs. Like she does not have an exact answer. And she does, for the sake of this, she does say, knowledge is one thing. There are many possible futures.
Yeah, a should question might be a little weird.
So maybe not a should question. Okay.
Do the kobolds have
Ask her for a probability of success.
Yeah, a probability matrix of
Okay.
possible futures.
I think I can't hear them, right? Am I kind of in my own zone?
You're kind of in your own zone at this point. Like everything else is kind of blocked off.
Okay. Do the kobolds have a dragon scale in their possession for that red dragon? A red dragon.
That's a good question.
Okay. She thinks for a moment and shakes her head no.
Okay.
Maybe not.
Okay.
That's two.
Yeah. Okay. I have lots of funny things I want to ask, but all right. Okay. Okay. Okay, I'm probably gonna fuck this up, so sorry. I apologize in advance to the group. Is this dragon too powerful for us to try to fight?
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, no, that's not a bad question. She looks at you for a moment. Her brow kind of furrows a little bit, and she shakes her head again. No, it is not too powerful.
Let's fight. Okay, that's all I need to know. Okay, thank you so much.
She puts her hands together, kind of bows her head to you, and immediately your kind of perception of reality kind of fades back into the current dwarven abandoned city you're in.
She said we have to.
Okay. Yeah, so I just talked to Ida, you guys, and then she said that we should always fight this dragon.
Oh.
The odds are in our favor. And I asked about the scale, and the kobolds don't have a scale. So we should find it.
Did you ask her the
that's
hard?
two questions. What was the third question?
I asked how if she likes my new arm.
I assumed you would have asked a question about the hard problem of consciousness or free will or problem with evil or something, but yeah, those are good questions.
I can ask her that later. This is a little more important right now.
What did she think of your arm?
She can only say yes or no, and she said yes. I said, "Do you like it?" She said yes.
Well,
cool. Well,
I'm glad the goddess of secret wisdom likes your muscles.
All right. Well,
So it's fine. It's fine.
if Ayun says that the odds are in our favor, that makes me feel a little better about this plan.
And this is why Crom gets the sword and nobody else does. Oh, okay. All right. So do you all want to try to come to a decision on what to do right now? Because I know that Kristen and Jordan, you have to go at 4, right?
Yeah.
So we will have to end a little early today, but you still got about 10 minutes if you want to all discuss exactly what you want to do, so you can be prepared next time.
By seeing the size of this dragon, we've just seen like its neck and its head, right?
Yeah, you didn't really see most of its body, but it displaced a good amount of treasure.
I don't know how much I would know about dragons, but I guess Surface might be able to help answer this question about any kind of estimate as to how powerful or how old this, or I guess Surface knew something about the age of these specific dragons, like if they are. I don't know.
Yeah, there was a listed estimated age for a bunch of dragons in his book, but you don't know if this is one of those dragons.
Ah, that's true.
Yeah.
So strategy-wise,
I mean, if you want to make a nature check just to see if you just through your reading you would know like the size or age of this dragon.
yeah, or I guess, and I'll
That helps.
see if I can remember any dragon slaying tips I may have come across in my reading.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
19.
Okay. So through you, like always, have read quite a bit about most things. You've read about dragon slaying. One of the main bits that you've read was don't try to slay dragons. But other than that, with a 19, size-wise, this is definitely an adult dragon, possibly something older. It's very, very large. As for tactics, you know that dragons always have some way of breathing and hurting. With red dragons, it's famously fire. And so it's always good to split up. Because if they catch you all at once, you all burn.
Yeah, so spread out.
Hey.
Hey, same.
How far down from this hole?
Well, like there's this huge central chamber that goes up hundreds of feet and it goes down 100 feet before it reaches the bottom. So the dragon in its kind of hoard of treasure is about 100 feet below you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so
We need to
who's got
spread
some
out.
buff and debuff spells? Like, so is I have to melee to do my legit damage? So Tom says he's got some buffs and some debuffs, but he can't do both because they're mostly concentration. So
Yeah.
if he could like enlarge me or something and somebody can debuff the dragon.
Yeah, I could embiggen you, but I could also use it to smallify the dragon.
Yeah.
Could we not attempt to banish it again, and then in that time search the room?
Yeah. It lasts like a minute, I think.
And then you'd have a very angry dragon.
It is an idea.
I mean, it is an idea. That's not a
Don't
terrible.
blame it on the kobolds.
I don't know. What do y'all think? As far as debuffs, I know like Zippel has Bane. I think Cirithus has some debuff type spells.
So in any case, we're gonna need to be as spread out as possible and take it on from all sides.
Yeah. And what is okay? So we're gonna go down the same way that the kobolds went, and the footing is it gonna be like difficult terrain or anything we need to worry about that we can see?
I mean, you can see It's a solid enough surface on the treasure that the kobold was able to run fairly well. It only slipped every once in a while.
Okay.
Could we Scrooge McDuck?
No. Okay.
Could we do anything with the metal? Would that
Anybody have a magnet?
A magnet spell?
I just know I have to be up close and stab it.
And Roland is probably going to want to be melee range also.
No, she.
Yeah, and I've been saving a vial of deadly poison to put on my blade, and I think this is the time for it.
Yeah. Do you have a pretty like crossbow or
Fire arrow.
something? Do we have a ranged?
Roland has a longbow, I believe.
And she could still get sneak attack bonus if Crom's in melee range and she shoots arrows.
This is true.
We also have to worry about the fact that Cobalt's joining the fight.
To defend their dragon, yeah.
Yeah.
kobolds are notorious cowards? They will not come.
Yeah.
If their god was made to bleed, it would discourage them. Perhaps they would even turn on them. I do not know.
I'm also thinking about. Let's see.
Before we go down there, we could kill the kobolds in their sleep. And then go down.
That's a lot of
And then eat everyone.
How are we getting down there?
There's the way that the kobolds went past their living area, I guess.
Okay, can we get down there without alerting them?
I mean, if we had super awesome stealth, maybe. But they would hear us when we started to fight the dragon. Probably.
I'm also thinking about. I'm pretty sure I can get down there myself from here, but I'm gonna, when we engage, as silly as this is, I'm going to cast silence on around its head so that we can maybe get closer without it realizing. Well, I can try that anyhow.
How many kobolds do we estimate? Like, maybe there's more than the ones we see, but how many did we see go down there?
I mean, the crowd of kobolds that you had seen was at least 100.
Oh, shit, okay.
Like there's like a small town of kobolds here.
Wait,
Okay,
Crop.
yeah.
Are you telling me you are willing to jump onto a dragon's head, but the fact that there might be more than a couple handfuls of kobolds is too much?
No. I'm worried about you guys. I'm worried about y'all. You know.
It to me is like an endless supper, so I will make it flat.
Yeah, we are definitely going to need somebody that could help with kobold control. So if you want to be that person.
I mean, you do remember that when they were going down from your level down there, it took them a couple minutes to get there.
Okay.
So you would have time.
Perhaps also we could find something to just kind of pile through the crack or the tunnel that they travel, and impede them. You know,
Yeah.
there is a whole wreckage of a town.
That's true. That's a good idea. So everybody should for next time, maybe figure out what your debuffs and your buffs are and have those prepped. I don't know what spellcasters do. Whatever y'all do.
All right. It's gonna be a good old-fashioned raid.
Raid boss.
Raid boss. Hopefully not many ads.
Word.
All
It's
right.
more
well,
like
what's
a
that?
5-man group trying to do a raid.
I mean, it's gonna be interesting. It always takes the group a little bit longer than I think it will to get through things. So I can tell you that I have a whole setup for it, but you'll have to wait till next time. Anyway, thanks for coming, y'all.
Thank you. I'm excited about Dragon Fight.
Me
It was a
too.
great game. Thank you.
Yeah. All
I mean,
right,
I want to fight a dragon too, but I don't want to die. I got plans.
and 2 weeks is good for everybody.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, and feel free to if I'm okay with everybody like messaging each other to talk about how you're gonna try to fight the dragon. It's a dragon, so I know it's a little bit metagamey, but still.
What if we like gave a really negative body image
Oh.
and like
Shame it till it
did
leaves.
something with that? Yes.
Shed some
Red is
scales,
very
man.
it's not the color anymore. Green dragons are in. You're a fool. You're stuck in the past.
Well, the last thing you want is a dragon that starts emotion eating.
Yeah. We'll all be dead. Extra fast. Cool. Bye, guys.
All right, adios.
Bye. Thanks again.
Good game.
I'll see
Bye.
ya.
Thanks.
See you in 2 weeks.